there guys, and welcome back. So in this video we're going to be doing a weekend box office report, talking about the movies and how they performed over the weekend, and something pretty special happened with the movie Sinners. In its second weekend, it only dropped 6%. I'll say that again in case it didn't sink in. 6% drop off in its second weekend. Normally when we're talking about big budget Hollywood movies, the average can be anywhere from a 45 to kind of 65% average drop off in its second weekend. So a 6% drop off is incredible. The staying power from the first to the second weekend for Sinners has been nothing short of just a miracle in terms of box office. And I bet the studio is popping bottles of champagne. They must be absolutely ecstatic. But with that down, let's get into this box office report and break down how the other movies performed over the weekend as well. So this comes to us from Joe Blow. Weekend box office, Sinners has an incredible hold in week 2. Revenge of the Sith beats The Accountant 2. So yeah, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is obviously replaying in cinemas across the world at the moment, and it's doing pretty well for a big re-release of a movie that came out several years ago. So, can you hear that? Pop, that's the sound of champagne corks popping at Warner Brothers in Burbank this morning. While the last weekend's 48 million opening for Sinners was viewed as solid, many in the industry wondered whether or not, with a soft international launch, the movie was poised to turn a profit. This weekend, a resounding answer is hell yes, with the film only dipping 6% in week 2 for a 45 million opening weekend and 122 million total at the domestic box office. So yeah, this film completely deserves the support that it's getting, but I think it's just kind of gone way over any expectations that most movie fans had and most critics of the movie. I mean, an original horror movie, and yeah, I think it's just done incredibly well. People are enjoying what this film has to offer. The music, the cinematography, the acting, the action in it is just great across the board. They really nailed the tone of this movie. And there's already been talks about a potential prequel focusing on the cousins of the movie and kind of showing their past as gangsters. I think that would be a very, very interesting take on the mythology, to go back and take a look at their history there. I mean, because this movie was incredible before the vampires even showed up, and I think that's what a lot of people are really kind of gelling with. The ACinema rating proves that word of mouth on Ryan Coogler's vampire epic is terrific, with the movie looking like a shoo-in for a domestic total net worth of 200 million. That stunning number for an R-rated horror flick, although it seems to be playing more like an action blockbuster than anything else. Clearly this will make Warner Brothers a whole boatload of cash and only further enhance Coogler and star Michael B. Jordan's reputations as the two biggest up-and-coming names in the biz. I mean, Ryan Coogler, every single movie this guy puts out just turns to gold. He's one of the best up-and-coming directors in Hollywood today, man. The guy can just do no wrong. And Michael B. Jordan as well. The guy is incredibly talented. I mean, Michael B. Jordan, man, he's so good, and I cannot wait to see him in the future of the business and where he goes next. So, moving on here, meanwhile, the second place battle was tight, with the re-release of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, narrowly beating The Accountant 2. Revenge of the Sith, I should say, made 25.2 million compared to The Accountant's 24.4, so that was really close. There's not much in it between those two movies. Slightly better than predicted. Indeed, the giant number for the Sith re-release, with it only having a limited 1-week run, as Disney likely doesn't want anything competing with Thunderbolts next weekend. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You're not going to keep Revenge of the Sith in cinemas and then try to sort of compete with your big Thunderbolts movie coming out. I mean, it's going to sort of cannibalize some of the box office from the Thunderbolts, so it makes sense that they're only going to run Revenge of the Sith for a week. With an A- cinema score rating, the hope is that The Accountant 2 will rally in week 2, as the opening is a little soft, although not adjusted for inflation, it's almost exactly what the first movie made 9 years ago. So yeah, it sounds like it's tracking the same number. It had a bit of a soft opening weekend. Can The Accountant, you know, have a low dip? Kind of similar to Sinners in the second weekend? I very much doubt that. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about The Accountant, if I'm honest, inside the circles of people that I talk to about movie news at least. But I hope it does well. The people that are seeing it are enjoying it, so I hope it does go on to do quite well for itself. So, a Minecraft movie. This is, again, another big shocker of this year so far. It's done incredibly well. By far, the year's highest grossing movie added another 22.7 million to the till, boasting a huge 379 million domestic gross. Another video game adaptation out this weekend, Sony's Until Dawn, which I saw. My full review is now up on the channel, guys. If you do want to see it, I'll link it in the description. Go check out my full review of Until Dawn. Didn't fare nearly as well, only making 8 million. Given the low 7 million budget, it's unlikely to spill too much red ink for the studio, but I'm sure they're disappointed as the film likely had franchise potential. So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing that Until Dawn's had such a soft launch, but the word of mouth and some of the reviews haven't helped that movie out much. I saw it myself. I had a bit of fun with it, not the best thing in the world, but if this movie can get, at the moment it says it's at 8 million, if it can get to 12, 13, 14 million, it may be able to break even or turn a little bit of a profit. I'm not sure exactly how much the movie has to make in order to break even. I would say there's probably around 13, 14 million roughly to break even. It does have the potential to do that, but we'll have to wait and see if more people go and check it out, but it's not looking too likely at the moment. So, Angel Studios' King of Kings, their animated retelling of the life of Christ, fell 77% this weekend, which isn't a surprise as the film's box office was hugely boosted by Easter holiday last weekend, with a 54 million domestic gross. It's still Angel's second biggest movie ever after Sound of Freedom, and much needed box office win for them. 20th Century Studios' Rami Malek thriller, The Amateur. I didn't hear anybody going to see that, or talking about it, or even caring about it. Made 3.8 million, as kind of proved there, nobody went to see it, for a 33.8 million domestic haul. While that's only a modest stateside number, international business on this one has been brisk, likely to pass 100 million internationally, but the time it hits Hulu, it should break even for the studio, which Disney owns. So, sadly, A24's terrible 2025 is only getting worse. Their Terrific Warfare only made 2.6 million. Again, it looks like a terrific film, that really does, from what I've seen. But nobody's talking about it, nobody went to see it that I know of. For a modest 21.8 million, only a third of what the director Alex Garland's Civil War made last year. At the same time, their family adventure movie, The Legend of Oshi, tanked with a terrible 1.4 million this weekend. Between that, Opus and The Death of the Unicorn, the studio really needs a hit, although I think their film Friendship, which I loved, at the Something Film Festival, I'm not sure what that is, Something Film Festival, could be a cult hit in the waiting. So finally, in 9th place, belonging to the restored Pink Floyd at Pompeii concert film from 1971. I didn't even know that was a thing. I've not seen any previews or posters or anything for this, which made a terrific 2.6 million between this and Sif. It's clear that the speciality releases are somewhat studios should focus on a lot more. Heck, it seems inevitable that Disney puts out some more Star Wars this year. You know, it's the Empire Strike Back 45th anniversary, just saying. Yeah, it's more than likely they'll do a re-release of that as well. If they can make a little bit of money from it, then it's more than likely we'll see that. So, moving on to this nicely laid out domestic chart here, we can look at the weekend total of the weekend just gone, and then the entire kind of domestic box office of the movies as well. So, Sinners, it made 45 million this weekend, and its total domestic is 122.5. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, 25.2, and its domestic total is also 25.2 as well. The Accountant, 24.4. And its totality domestic is 24.4 as well. A Minecraft movie, it added 22.7, and its total domestic is 379.9 million. And there's something I want to show you when it comes to Minecraft movie as well. Look at this figure now, right? It's now worldwide made 816 million at the box office. I'll say that again, 816 million. Did you ever think a Minecraft movie would make north of 800 million at the box office? That is the most insane thing. I never ever suspected that. I thought it would make around 350, 400 at most. But like, wow. Anyway, going back to this, Until Dawn made 8 million and it has 8 million domestic. King of Kings made 4 million for a total domestic of 54.5. The Amateur added 3.8 million for a 33.8 million total domestic. The Warfare, 2.6 to a 21.8 total domestic. Pink Floyd at Pompeii added 2.6 for an entire 2.6 as well. And then The Legend of Oshi added 1.4 million for a total domestic of 1.5 million. So that's the breakdown of the weekend just gone and the total domestic box office for each of those movies as well. So the two things that we can take away from this, I think, is the fact that Sinners only dropped 6%, which is incredible for any big wide release movie to only drop 6%, is practically unheard of, which is crazy. And also, even though it doesn't really say it in this article, when we're talking about Minecraft, the fact that it's made north of 800 million again, I can't get over that. It's just like, whenever I read that somewhere, I have to pause and I'm like, what? Is that actually correct? Is that actually possible? Did that actually happen? But yeah, two just incredible kind of accolades for Sinners and Minecraft when it comes to the box office, guys. So you see what's happened over the weekend, this box office report here. What stands out to you? Did you expect Sinners to drop only 6%? Or, you know, any other news that stands out? Jump into the comment section and let me know what you think of this news that happened over the weekend. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber of the channel if you haven't done so far. I would really appreciate that. It'd be great to have you guys on board as subscribers. And with that down, I will see you in the next video.